Welcome and thank you for joining me for another interesting, inspiring, and motivating program here. This is your Pastor Peter Christian Hessing. And welcome. I want to welcome all of you around the world, wherever you may be, here in America, in Jamaica, in Europe, in Asia, in Africa, there, South Africa, Nigeria, all around the world, Australia, Europe, Britain, France, Germany, in Canada, there, in Mexico, in Argentina, Brazil, all around the world. We want to welcome you people in Jamaica. There, I have some friends in Jamaica. I was born in Jamaica. And you have some people friends in Guyana and in Trinidad, Barbados, there, Haiti, people all around the world, Bahamas. I want to welcome them all to another great, interesting program here. And I hope God is blessing you. I ask God in prayer that God blesses you and your family and children, and that you will succeed in all that you do, and that we can all overcome our problems. We all have problems, and we have to pray to God, Yahweh, Jehovah, Allah, Jesus, that we can overcome these problems. And today I want to talk about what's happening in the world. We're having a very serious situation in the world where we're having a lot of wars are going on in the Middle East. We have a threat of terrorism and so forth. A lot of people are being killed. You have a lot of innocent people being killed. And you remember also 9/11, where there was a terrorist attack here in America on the World Trade Center in New York, and probably over 3,000 innocent people were killed. And that is very sad. We have to condemn terrorism anywhere it happens. The killing of innocent people is very wrong. And I would like to tell you that I worked in the World Trade Center before it was destroyed in 9/11. I had about 2 or 3 jobs in the World Trade Center. And I believe it's another miracle in my life that I was not there on the day that it was attacked by the terrorists there. They say it was planned by Al Qaeda there and Osama bin Laden. It's a miracle of God, because, as I say, I worked in that area. I actually worked in the World Trade Center, and I believe it's a miracle of God that God took me away from that part of New York. I love New York very much, and I lived there and worked there for a long time. And I think it's a miracle of God that people would say to me, Peter, why did you leave New York and go to Florida and then go out to the West Coast, Arizona, and to California? And I think it was one of the reasons was that God was protecting me from that 9/11 attack. Because the first time that they bombed the World Trade Center, I was a few blocks away on Church Street. And I think that's what saved me. That I think God looked down and said, okay, here is Peter on Church Street, and they bombed the first time. I heard the sirens going off, and then I think there was some smoke, and I asked the people around what was happening, and they said somebody had tried to bomb the World Trade Center. So I think God miraculously took me away from New York at that time, and I see that that's probably the main reason why God took me away from New York, because I worked a lot in that area. And therefore I feel very strongly that we have to stop terrorism. Terrorism is wrong there. We have to definitely try and stop all these terrorist groups. We have had Al Qaeda, and we have ISIS and so forth. In the Bible, God gives us in the very 10 Commandments there. I will read it to you. Exodus 20 there, and in verse there 13, you must not murder. I can also read you from the also what Jesus says in the there in Matthew 5 there, and he says here where Jesus says, "Well, I say to you, continue to love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, so that you may prove to be like your Father which is in heaven, for he maketh the sun rise on the just and the unjust, and send it the rain on also on the just and the unjust. So be ye perfect as your Father is perfect." So here God and Jesus is telling us to love you. I want to also read you from the Quran. The Quran says also in the Al-Nisa that verse 94, this is reading from the Quran, "And whosoever slays a believer intentionally, his reward shall be hell wherein he shall abide, and Allah shall be wroth with him, and shall curse him, and shall prepare for him a great punishment." So in the Quran and the Bible, anywhere the killing of innocent people is very wrong. It is wrong to kill innocent people. You have had these suicide bombers. They go into public places and they blow themselves up and they kill a lot of innocent people. They go into schools and universities and they in the public place, a lot of innocent people. It is wrong. I don't want to play God. I'm not the smartest person in the world, as I said. I was looking to get into Harvard University there, but and I don't want to be self-righteous there. But more has to be done to create an understanding between the Christians and Muslims and Jews. And I had the opportunity to be able to study the Quran. I think a lot of Christians don't have the opportunity to study the Quran, and a lot of Muslims don't have the opportunity to study the Bible, and that has created a misunderstanding. I think we're going to be doing more on bringing Christianity and Islam together. I want to tell you that you can look for my book, the 24/7 Safety Inspection to Save the World from Nuclear War, and also my new CDs that we are coming out with here. We're coming out with some new CDs that we're going to be doing more on bringing together Christian, Muslims, Jews, peace and love. Yeah, I'm trying to get this national anthem perfected here. I'll give you a bit of it there. Oh, say, can we see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, with bright stripes and bright stars, to the perilous fight on the ramp